Evening, everyone. Thank you for joining the Binghamton City Council work session, 6 p.m. Monday, 18 December 2023. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk will call the roll. Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Resonetti.
Present.
Councilwoman Riley is absent. Councilmember Friedman.
Present.
Councilman Burns is absent. Councilman Strawn.
Present.
Councilman Scanlon.
Present.
And President Scringy.
Present.
That's 5 here, 2 absent, Riley and Burns.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Quorum is present. We will move forward with RL 23-280. I'd like to ask Chief Gardner to please join us at this time. Evening, Chief. How are you?
How are you doing?
Good. Forgive me, Chief. Is the microphone on over there? or-
Yep. it
Oh,
is. Okay.
Thank you, Chief. I appreciate you. Chief, the floor is yours.
Okay. This is an ordinance to amend the 2023 general fund budget for the fourth round of the healthcare workers bonus for the fire department. Now, this is a continuation of the program where the state has funded these bonuses for healthcare workers in an attempt to retain or recruit new healthcare workers. And so I believe there's 11 firefighters that are receiving a bonus of $1,500 apiece.
Thank you, Chief. Council discussion. Councilwoman Freed.
Thank you, President Scringy. Hi, Chief. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Yeah.
So this is not going to affect, or we're not paying for it from the budget. That's right.
Correct.
It's coming entirely from New York State, and we just have to adjust the budget
Yeah.
line for this.
Yes.
Okay. And why are you asking for this to be expedited?
Well, we just the funds are being allocated soon, and thought it'd be best maybe get it done before the end of the year.
And let's say if this is not expedited, you think that the funds might not be allocated toward this?
Oh, they will be eventually, but
Okay, so it's just a matter of doing this fast.
yes. Yeah.
Okay, all right,
But
thank
that's
you.
Okay.
Thank you, Councilwoman Freed. Any other discussion? Seeing none, Chief, thank you very much.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
Thanks again. This time, bring up for discussion RL 23-283. And Billy is not here at this time, so, Elliot, please come on down. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. How you doing, Elliot? Good. Thank you so much for joining us. My apologies. The floor is yours. Elliot, forgive me, sir. My apologies. Is that green light on that microphone?
There.
Oh, there.
all
My
right, sorry.
apologies. We couldn't hear you. Could you start from the top on that one? My apologies.
Sure.
Thank you.
The original legislation was for the increased difference between the account clerk typist and the senior account clerk positions. The correction is to reduce the funds from personal services hourly line and to increase the personal services salaried line for the 23 pay periods. Some funds were already moved, so this is the balance of what needs to be done to correct the legislation.
Thank you, Elliot, very much. And was there a reason for the expedition request or?
We're trying to close out everything in the budget.
Thank you, Elliot. I appreciate you. Council discussion. Seeing none, Elliot, thank you very much. Appreciate you. This time, bring up for discussion RL 23-279. I'd like to ask Deputy Mayor Hyman to please join us. Evening, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. Floor is yours.
Thank you. Okay, RL 23-279 to amend the city charter, chapter 124, section 39. This is updating the executive assistant to the mayor, title to deputy mayor. I just want to thank Councilwoman Rezanetti and the other members of council that not only supported this, but encouraged this change. This is what we had discussed in work session a few months back. City council approved it through the budget process, and this is now just approving it in the charter.
Thank you, Megan. And this is, so we made the change, obviously, with the budget already, and now this will reflect it in the actual charter as well, correct?
Yes,
Right?
and this
Good.
happens as part of the process each year, usually at the end of every year.
Yeah,
Lori or Chuck or whomever it might be will bring down whatever changes that were made to the budget to then be adopted into the charter. So this happens to be the only change this year.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure.
Councilwoman Freeman, my apologies.
Thank you, President Scringy. Hello, Deputy Mayor. How are you?
Council member, I'm well. Thank you.
Okay, so why are you requesting that this be expedited?
So this was, it's just to basically have this council finish out the business for the end of the year. There's one business meeting left. So that is the request. This council started the process, and we're just looking to wrap it up in the same council calendar.
Okay, that makes sense to me. However, this entire packet is expedited. I was wondering let's just say hypothetically, what would happen if this was not expedited and it just went to the next
So
business meeting?
my understanding is that the charter changes that are happen as part of the budget process are adopted before the end of the year to align with the budget.
Mhm.
So that's how it has been done in the past.
Okay, so just precedent says that that's
That's my
how it
understanding.
goes.
Yes.
Yeah, just to add on to that, right? So beyond even just an issue, it's not even just an issue of precedence, right? So we also have to remember that the city's fiscal year is also the calendar year, right? So to make sure that those things align up respectively with whatever was passed in the proposed budget, as obviously it was once it was established with council passing it and the mayor signing it, right? Making sure that whatever changes occurred in the budget are obviously relevant and echoed in the city charter within the fiscal year, which is also the calendar year for us, coincides. So with Wednesday technically being the last business meeting of the year, it would be the appropriate time to make that change.
Thank you.
But it's a good question.
Right. And I had one last question. So page 6 of the packet, the first page of the supplemental information, that clearly has executive assistant to the mayor listed. Why is the next page included? I mean, I see it references executive assistant to the mayor, but that can't be the only place that it is listed that way, is
I
it?
believe so. Yeah.
Really? That's so random.
So
Okay.
we had pulled the sections of the charter where it was listed so the clerk's office could update.
Wow, so it's just where the position is actually listed and then I guess once under hearing officer. I guess this looks like it was taken from the housing code. That's the only other place? I'm just surprised.
I would
by
have
that.
to look. Yeah, our office helped with that, so I would have to look, but it's essentially updating the charter anywhere that it's mentioned.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Any other discussion? Seeing none, Megan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. With that being said, I'm assuming everyone, I didn't get any responses. I know I sent it out quite a number of days ago with respect to the respective pieces of legislation that need to be formally introduced today. But I provided the informational discussion that was made available for everyone and obviously for public consumption over 2 weeks ago. But again, if you have any questions, I would encourage you obviously to either direct those to the respective department head, mayor's office. Obviously, feel free to reach out to me if I can help with that in any way from there. All right, so that being said, let's move forward with RL 23-281. So there is two pieces of legislation. There's RL 23-281 and 282. The chair will recognize a motion to go into executive session under the New York State Open Meetings Law, subsection 105, item D, discussions regarding proposed, pending, or current litigation. Do I have a second? Motion by Councilwoman Rosinetti, seconded by Councilman Scanlon. I'd ask that the YouTube streaming be paused at this time. Obviously, we will return back with a quorum count after that is immediately over, and only the relevant members of the discussion for the respective two RLs be present. And then obviously we will open the floor back up for public discussion at that point. Again, with subsection 105, item D, pending current litigation, we are in executive session. Thank you for rejoining the Binghamton City Council. We just came out of executive session under Open Meetings Law, subsection 105, line item D, discussions in relation to pending litigation. The clerk will call the roll for quorum purposes. Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Rosinetti. Present. Councilwoman Riley is absent. Councilmember Friedman.
Present.
Councilman Burns.
Present.
Councilman Strawn.
Present.
Councilman Scanlon.
Present.
And President Scringy.
Present.
That's 6 here, 1 absent. Riley.
Thank
Let me
you.
go back
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Brian.
for the last purpose of the last thing. I forgot one bullet point that I needed to add to the legislation. We will need to buy title insurance for this. I got estimates today because this is evolving. And I believe that total cost for that title insurance for all these will be about $60,000.
Hmm.
So I would ask that there be two budget lines in this RL when I put in the legislation. One for the dollar figure that we proposed to you and another for an amount not to exceed 60,000 for the purpose of purchasing title insurance. I'm sorry. I had it right at the top of my notes and I forgot to bring it for you, but I wanted to make sure that was part of your calculus.
Does 282 need to be amended, Brian?
Yes, it probably should be amended to add the 60,000.
Okay, we can oversee that amendment
Okay, thank you.
Wednesday. Thank you, Corp Counsel. All right, Madam Clerk or Deputy Clerk, anything in relation to pending ledge? Council, anything in relation to pending ledge? Councilwoman Freeman.
Thank you, President Scringy. So I know we received a memo about the signing out of RLs when council members are not present. So I'm just checking all of these receive the appropriate sponsorship despite the fact that, oh, no, wait, I'm so sorry.
No, it's a good question you're asking, right? So I was actually, I was,
But I,
no, no,
okay,
you're okay. You're okay. I was gonna comment on this really quickly at the end. I just wasn't sure if there was any other questions in relation to any other pending ledge, right? So again,
Yeah.
just for purposes of consistency, right? I'm gonna read these into the record. So thank you, Councilwoman. We're thinking on the same line on that one. So with the following RLs, RL 23-249, -263, -261, -247, -259, -260, -268, -272, -273, -274, -271, -269, -270, -251, -266, -267, -254, and -275. For all of those requests for legislation, they are currently available. Currently, Councilman Scanlon has them. Councilman Burns just, I apologize. So I started with Councilman Burns. They had not been made available for requests for sponsorship up until now. Being consistent with what our discussion that we had 2 weeks ago. So again, right, I handed those RLs, those sign out sheets. And I think Councilwoman Rezanetti and then Councilwoman Friedman, they'll be coming your way. So again, for the record, they're being passed around now. So no, they did not have an opportunity to get sponsorships prior, as they should not have, because we have a quorum now. But thank you for the question. Is there any other discussion? Pending ledge. All right, seeing nothing else, thank you all very much. Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Councilwoman Rezanetti, seconded by Councilman Strawn. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much.